functional areas of cerebrum. Now, we have already studied what is cerebrum. Let us revise one more time. Cerebrum, it is the part of forebrain. This cerebrum, it constitutes 80% of the human brain. The cerebrum is divided into two parts. Each part is called as cerebral hemisphere. So we have two cerebral hemispheres. Suppose this is one cerebral hemisphere, this is another cerebral hemisphere, and both the cerebral hemispheres, they are joined together here by corpus callosum. So today we are going to study the only one cerebral hemisphere, because that side again one more cerebral hemisphere is present. So let us study the cerebral hemisphere, which is the part of cerebrum. This cerebral hemisphere, it is divided into frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe, and here insular region is present, that is the fifth lobe. Now these lobes are present due to three sulcus. Sulcus, it is a deep groove or the valley-like structure. This is central sulcus, this is parieto-occipital sulcus, and this is lateral sulcus, due to which this cerebral hemisphere, it is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, and somewhere here the fifth lobe, that is insular cortex, is present. Now we will start with the functional areas of frontal lobe. Where exactly frontal lobe is present? Suppose here this is eye or nose, means this side. So here frontal lobe is present here. Frontal lobe. Now before that, let us see the functional areas. Which areas are present? Cerebrum, it is divided into three areas. Now which are these areas? Number 1, sensory area. Number 2, motor area. And number 3, association area. Now what do you mean by sensory area? You will have to remember these three names: sensory, motor and association area. Sensory area means we have 5 sense organ. Through these 5 sense organ, we come to know many things. For example, with the help of tongue, we come to know the taste of the food. With the help of eyes, we can see very clearly. With the help of ear, we can hear many things. With the help of our skin, we can see or we can feel the sensation. With the help of nose, we can smell. So these 5 sense organ by which we get the sensation, but the centers are present in the brain. So that is sensory area. Motor area. Here M stand for motor and M stand for movement. You have to remember. Whenever we are getting any message from the sensory or the sense organ, immediately we give response. For example, whenever we touch any hot object, our skin touches the hot object and immediately we remove our hand. So here movement is present. So that area is called as motor area whenever movement is present. So that motor area is also present. Association area. Association area means our brain, it interpret or analyze. For example, whenever you are testing any new food item, you analyze or you compare, okay, and you tell how the taste is. That particular area, analyzing, perception, that area is called as association area. And the centers for all these three, they are present in the brain. So let us see what centers are present in the frontal lobe. Motor area. Where exactly motor area is present? Now this is central sulcus. Just previous, this particular area is called as motor area. What is the function of motor area? It present on the precentral gyrus. Now here precentral gyrus means we have studied the brain is having so many ridges and furrow. Ridges and furrow. So ridges are called as gyri and the depressions are called as sulci. So this particular area is present on the precentral. Pre Central means central sulcus. So the area which is present previous to central sulcus is called as motor area, and that region is called as, where it is present, is called as precentral gyrus. What is the function of motor area? As I have told, motor means movement, or M for motor, M for movement. It control all voluntary activities. Now, what do you mean by voluntary activities? The activities which are controlled by our own, means these are controlled activities. For example, suppose we have to walk, suppose we have to jump. You are deciding when to walk, when to jump. That activity which you are deciding are called as voluntary activities, but it is controlled by the motor area. And of course, the muscles, they are also related when you walk, when you jump. Come to premotor area. Premotor area means previous to motor area. This is motor area. So previous to motor area is called as premotor area. What is the function of premotor area? It controls the involuntary activity and also autonomous nervous system. Now, involuntary activity means which activity? The activity which are not under our control. For example, when you take the food, the digestion, it starts. It goes from one organ to another organ internally. So it is involuntary. Our heartbeat, our respiration, movement of intestine, all these activity are coming under involuntary activity, where the center is premotor area. It also control autonomous nervous system. Now, autonomous nervous system, we have already studied. It is the type of nervous system in which it consists of two parts: sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, it becomes active when we are in anger, or when we are very happy. At that time, the sympathetic nervous system gets activated. But after some time, we get relaxed. Our heartbeat also cool down, our respiration rate also cool down. At that time, parasympathetic nervous system, it works. Both the systems togetherly are called as autonomous nervous system. This autonomous nervous system, it is controlled by premotor area. Come to third area, association area. As I have told, now this is association area. Motor area, premotor area, association area. It coordinates between sensation and association. Whenever we are getting any sensation, for example, already I have told, when you touch the hot object, immediately you just do the movement. Or whenever you are hearing particular noise, immediately you turn your head in that direction. So that movement, it is decided. That analysis, it is done in the center of association area. Now come to Broca's area. Broca, it is the name of the scientist who discovered this particular area. Here, this is Broca's area. Motor speech area means what? It translates the thought into speech. Whatever you are thinking, that thinking, it converted into the speech, and it is controlled by Broca's area. It translates the thought into speech, and it controls the movement of lips, tongue and vocal cord. So that coordination of lip, then tongue and the vocal cord, it is done by Broca's area. Now, in case of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5, other areas, they are also present. In other area means this is motor area. This is premotor area, Broca's area, and association area. But out of this or beside this, other areas are also present in the frontal lobe, which decides our intelligence, our memory, our thought, and other emotions also.